Welcome back, everybody. In this game, we have a complete chaos of a situation. And you might think it's a low-rated game, which it is. But I think there's something to be learned from every game. So without further ado, I have the yellow pieces. And blue, right off the bat, is putting a pawn near me and making poor moves. So I have to antagonize him. I usually like to see this move, so it's a good indicator that I'll fianchetto. Now I think, why not attack blue? That pawn is an annoyance. He makes bad moves, and no one else is really attacking me. So I usually say not to take single pawns, but in this case, it's an exception because this pawn is an annoyance in my territory. And it's unlikely that blue can really maybe know how to defend this pawn being so new to the game. And blue's doubled on the c-file. So here, red resigns because he's lost his rook to green. Looks like blue's gonna get that king. My odds are very low of getting it because I'm across from him, so I don't even try. I just improve. And I figure, why not attack green's bishop and sort of see what type of player he is. So sort of a scouting move. And he leaves his bishop to be captured by my knight. So I think that, okay, what else is he going to do if I don't capture that? Trading's not the best, and blue is starting to push the pawns. What is green going to do in response to that? Well, he pushes his own pawn of 1. So this tells me that maybe green is aloof. I decide that an advantage now on the light squares against green is something that might just be worth the trade. And bishops are amazing in this game, so trading a knight for 1 is definitely something that I would recommend. And here in blue queens, he's not that much of a threat, even though he has 2 queens, because he really hasn't attacked me, and he's sort of a low-rated player. Well, he is the highest, second highest in the room, but just compared to me, he's insanely low-rated. And now a check to green. That's great. I try and now maneuver my bishop over to defend my king, because usually I have a knight here, and now that blue is looking threatening, I want to consolidate my pieces before I begin to formulate a plan of getting some queens for myself. He's pushing again. I decide maybe it's time to push as well. I have to move the bishop. My bishop is attacked. And here, for some reason, blue, this whole time has left his queen on pre. Wow. So all the way up until here, Blue doesn't notice that that bishop is attacking his expendable queen. Okay, so that's something I didn't immediately notice, but it just shows how bad Blue is because, well, you never really want to do what Blue just did. It's not a bad idea to trade an expendable queen for a bishop under certain circumstances. But here I think it was completely in Green's favor and thus completely in my favor. Because not only is Blue losing a powerful queen, but Green took that queen and lost material as well. And Blue spent all those moves pushing up that pawn, and all that time was essentially now wasted and gets converted to me. So I just want to solidify things with Green on the queen side before I really start to push the pawns. And now if he has any ideas over here, I'll be able to clamp down, and my rook was on this file. So here Green is seeing my strategical talent, if you will, and he's not really wanting to attack me because he's sort of getting attacked by Blue. He's sort of attacking Blue, and he can't attack me at all. I'm well defended, and I'm just pushing the pawns. So this is a thing you need to really be careful about. This is the way you play when you're sandwiched in between two players because the player across from you immediately went down early. So you always want to be even more defensive, in my opinion, than you normally would be if there were all four players on the board before you start to push the pawns or formulate a major attack. And here Green's attacking Blue, so that's good. Maybe getting ready to push this, but it still be easily taken by me. And here he trades his queen for Blue's expendable queen. This is even better for me now because, okay, Green is now extremely weak and is not a threat to me at all under any circumstance, it seems. And Blue also lost all those moves and all that time to essentially get points. So now Blue is very good on points. I think Green has around 9, I have around 6, and Blue now has around 29 at this point in the game. So Blue is getting a little bit threatening. If Green were to go down, Blue could resign and win. So now Blue tries to stop me. And I push that pawn, defending this pawn again with the bishop. And this knight is also attacking this pawn. Green attacks Blue, probably just out of sheer revenge, because he wants to punish Blue for taking his queen and doing so much damage to him. And there's no way to attack me. So here now Blue is really going in. But I don't really want to participate in this attack against Green, because you might say that I could move my knight up here, and whatever Green does, you know, I have this type of attack, but you never really want to throw a check or even point your pieces in the direction of an enemy king who is about to be checkmated if you can't checkmate them yourself, or if doing so would lead to, because doing so would lead to a potential combination attack by the other player attacking. So say I have this diagonal open, Blue could use that to checkmate Green, and then Blue would win on points. So a few moves ago, when this queen was here, I actually formulated, hey, this king can actually be checkmated by queen here if this queen ever moves, because he could block with a queen. And I actually had this idea uh, really ever since this queen, a few moves after this queen was here, and I saw that, hey, he always has this queen to defend, but no pieces are blue's king is completely unsafe here, and these pieces are blocking it, and these pawns are blocking it. So he's failed to really mature and develop his king position. So exploiting that and not allowing blue to win, because here as well, I start to notice that both players are really thinking and going down on time. This is also common of newer players. And I think if green were to go down prematurely, say to time, blue would just take that king and win. And there's no hope for me, even if I do checkmate blue. So here I think, okay, I'm going to push the pawn, and I'm going to move my bishop maybe here, or check green if he goes here. Well, he can't go here. This bishop is there. But I essentially have this discovered checkmate on blue. This very sneaky, very, very, very stealthy surprise checkmate. And I doubt blue will see this. So a really sneaky way, a really clever way, I think, to win the game by exploiting a weaker player's sort of lack of experience to see this checkmate and this concept of a discovered attack, or in this case, a discovered checkmate, a stealth mate. So green moves. Luckily, he's still in the game. I think at this point in time, he has around 6 seconds left, and he just went down to that from 30 on this move here. So I'm not sure what's happening in Green's mind or in Green's internet, but me, I'm thinking, please just stay in the game for a few minutes longer. So here I take my full 15 seconds just to kind of let Green think if maybe that's what he needs, because he's also really close to getting checkmated. As you can see, this diagonal, this file, and the king can only, actually the king can't move at all. So that's actually maybe could have been an opportunity for me, but again, if I had focused any of my efforts or any of my cognition on trying to attack green any more than I did in this game, well then, if I succeed, it's a lose-lose situation for me. It's a zero-sum game if I go that route, because green has 10 points. At this point in time, I have around 10 points. At this point in time as well, blue has around 39 points. So essentially, if I were to checkmate green, blue could still resign and win, I was thinking. Yeah, I think I basically had actually just no points. I don't think I had any points at all. So if blue got any more points, he would have won. And it was best to checkmate blue first, and then maybe have green just go down on time, which is what happens. So blue's still trying to get coordinated. Now I throw in this rook with the discovered attack on checkmating his king. And here, green luckily stayed in the game, and blue doesn't see it. So that's mate to me. And blue is shocked. mate to blue, points to me. I am up now compared to green, and green actually goes down as well. Both players were just completely shocked. Um, I went from 26 to 46 points right then and there, and I went from 6 to this number in the last, I want to say, second of the game. So essentially, the victory of this game was decided by a 1 second interval of time. One move, checkmate to blue. Green goes down in awe. I overtake blue in points, and I win. So I hope you enjoyed that one.